Hi, welcome to ComSpark. Today we're here from Columbus, Ohio. My name is Bill Fuller, and I'm on the Executive Host Committee for ComSpark, and I will be your guest host today. Today we're here with Bruce Barnes from Bold Vision. Bruce, thanks a lot for being with us here today.
My pleasure, Bill. Thank you for the invitation.
Appreciate your time. I've had the fortunate pleasure, Bruce, of knowing you for a number of years. And as an accomplished CIO, CEO of a trusted IT consultancy firm here in town, and then co-founder of a very successful CIO Solutions gallery that's hosted at The Ohio State University, you have the opportunity to speak with a vast number of CIOs all across the country. In those executive discussions, do you see commonality in the going forward, top of mind issues those CIOs share with you?
To a great degree, yes, I do. Even better, there's commonality amongst what their CEOs think, which leads directly then to what they think. Basically, and a lot of this stuff keeps repeating from year to year, it revolves around four main things. Number one, they're concerned about keeping their enterprise safe, privacy, security, those kinds of issues. That's still top of mind. The second one, which is kind of a direct extension of where the CEOs are, is they're trying to become excellent collaborative partners amongst their peers regarding forming new business plans or new business patterns that are the necessitated by the digital revolution, I guess, the digitization of the American enterprise. New business models are coming out of that, and they want to become a part of that. Thirdly, part of that new model is to become really smart. And so the drift into analytics predictively as opposed to reactively is a big focus. Mm-hmm. And certainly not lost is also a concern of the CEOs, is not only how do I acquire, but how do I keep top level talent, with unemployment rates at an all-time low right now anyway since 2001. Job hopping is going on everywhere. And so it's more than just finding people, it's keeping them. There's a big concern about that.
Yeah, especially when you hear the numbers in the cybersecurity space alone and the lack of talent pool there. Do those national concerns line up with the concerns that you hear voiced here in this particular region? And if so, do any of those surprise you?
No, none surprise me. As I mentioned, some of them, are kind of almost perennial. They're recurring to a degree. Yeah, they do. They line up. It's not really a regional thing. It's more about where companies are on the transitional scale. I think, Gardner talks about it in moving from craftsmanship, which was basically technology was just helping to fix existing tactical problems, into industrialization, which is IT was now more of a service, a solution provider, and helping to bring efficiencies and a process focus, all the way to now a transformational role in disruptive world of digitization, this creation of these new models. Different priorities exist in different elements right there, but there are common themes, and they do, it's not a regional thing, it's more of where do these stand along that timeline. But yeah, I see commonalities here with what I see in other parts of the country.
So you just mentioned a number of those keep reappearing as perennial concerns. Do you feel that we're getting closer to actually solving those perennial concerns?
That's a big word, solved. Solved could imply basically that, well, we're done, don't have to worry about this anymore. And so, no, I'm not going to say that because it's a moving target. I mean, we live in a world where change never sleeps, right? I mean, we see that all the time. We're always adapting. So I think the better question is, are we getting to the point where we're ahead of the train a little bit as opposed to chasing the caboose? And I think in some cases, in some select organizations, they're doing a pretty good job of that. So we'll see these issues kind of resurfacing. It's not surprising. Maybe a little nuance here, a little nuance there, but change is continual. So we have to be really, really good at adaptation to a world that's moving underneath us all the time. And so solved is pretty much of a strong word. But if we're gaining on it, we're making progress, and we're getting a little bit closer to hitting it off at the pass, if you will, then I think that's good. And I think there are organizations out there that are doing pretty well with that.
Excellent. So Bruce, Really appreciate the insight you shared with us today. It's been a pleasure to have
You're
you
welcome.
here. Thank you.
It's always great to talk
thank
to
you
you,
for
Phil.
coming
Thank you
in
so
and
much.
sharing your time with us. And I'd like to say thank you. And if you'd like some additional information, please visit comspark.tech.